Joining us now is German football expert Mark Lovell. Mark, thank you so much for joining us. What are you hearing? Why exactly is he leaving?
Good evening, Patrick. Well, he's coming to the end of his three-year deal. Previously at Barcelona, you remember, Patrick, we said the fourth year at Barcelona was a massive mistake, and he's not going to do the same at Bayern. He's going to be content with his 3 years. He's likely to win the Bundesliga in every season he's been at the club. It's just a matter of to be seen whether he can finally break through in the Champions League. He's been defeated in the semi-finals, of course, in the past 2 seasons against Barcelona and Real Madrid. So that's what he's got to do. He's got to leave Munich with that Champions League prize in his pocket.
Yeah, I mean, he was hired, no question. Everyone expects them to win the Bundesliga crown. Let's just elaborate a little bit further on that. He's yet to win the Champions League. His predecessor, Jupp Heynckes, won the treble, bowed out with the treble, won the Champions League. I accept he still might this season, but just when you look at his legacy, when you look at that down the line, how much does he need that to cement the whole legacy ideal?
Absolutely, he needs that Champions League. He is the greatest Bundesliga manager in history of the league. But that doesn't really cut it for a manager of his caliber. He needs to back it up with the Champions League. He's got the greatest amount of points per game in the Bundesliga, the amount of goals per game, conceding the least amount, all these records. But he needs to back it up with the Champions League, and that's what he'll aim to go out on a high in Munich at the end of this season. You remember, Patrick, no team has ever defended the Champions League, so that, you know, Bayern are co-favourites really with Barcelona. Barcelona are going to find it hard to defend their trophy, so rightly Bayern will be classed as favourites alongside Barcelona.
What a way for him to go out. Speculation is rife, of course. Where do you think he wants to go next?
Well, going back to what I originally said, Patrick, about those 4 years in Barcelona being a long time, 3 years in Munich for Guardiola, I fancy he'll go on another sabbatical, Patrick, you know, and recharge his batteries. All the talk is that to the Premier League. He will end up at the Premier League, Patrick, no question. Whether it's United or City or even Arsenal, Chelsea, I believe, are in the market for a new manager. He will end up in the Premier League, but for me, first from 2017, after he's had a nice, lovely, long holiday in New York. He has a home in New York, and in the city that never sleeps. So first, with his family in New York, enjoy himself, relax, because he has a very intensive coaching style. He will need to watch out for himself and watch his health. He's a really full-on, intensive guy. He needs to take his health seriously.
Let's look at Carlo Ancelotti, what he brings to the table. What specific qualities can fans of FC Bayern expect from him?
Well, Carlo Ancelotti, he's been brought in with European success in mind. He's won the Champions League at 2 different clubs, with Real Madrid, of course, at La Decima, and with AC Milan. He's done it all in Europe. He's won the league in France, in England with Chelsea. He didn't win La Liga with Real Madrid, of course, but you know, won't really. He'll be expected to win the Bundesliga, of course. That's a given with Bayern. But he's been brought in with European success in mind to follow Guardiola, and he'll get on with all the big name in the squad and carry on his legacy.
All right, Mark, we're going to leave it there. Many thanks for joining us. Really appreciate your insight there. Mark Lovell joining us from Germany.